Sana Esports here on the Legion side, going up against Bad Monkey Gaming on the Hellborn side. So it should be a pretty good fun matchup here, and looking forward to it. And as you can see, the draft even already pretty developed here. But before we get too much into the draft just yet, I want to introduce, of course, my co-caster for today. It's been a while since I had him on, actually. Some may call him the greatest of all time, even. The one and only Insania going to be joining me. How's it going, man? Oh my god, I have you muted still. No. Are you there? This is awkward. We should have really tested this out before we came on. I hear nothing. So Quincy agrees with me. It is Insania's problem then. Okay. Yeah. I nothing's muted on my end, so I assume either Insania's microphone just isn't working or he went AFK real quickly. Because I hear completely nothing. Well, he might be joining us here with that said. So, gonna just do the solo thing for now, I guess. Yeah, he's not even typing. So something tells me he actually just went AFK real quickly. Okay, well, no, now he's typing in chat. You not hearing Skype? I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, here, let me actually try recalling. Because I know I was having an issue actually calling people beforehand. I wonder if that might be an issue here. Nope, no, that's me joining the call. Hey, hang up at this call. Wait, what? Nope. You there? Here, hang up. Quincy, hang up. So let me try calling the group here. Okay. This is hashtag production value right here. Okay, let me try calling and see what happens.
Hello?
Insania? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it works now.
Yeah, there you go.
That was so weird.
That was so weird.
I don't even know what happened right there. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. Well. Okay, it seems to be working now, so fun starts were had. Okay, so kind of redoing it a little bit here. Okay, so here we are. Bad Monkey Gaming versus Sana Esports. Best of 2 group stages here for Hunter Season 4 Cycle 1. And I'm joined by Insania as my co-caster. Insania, how's it going?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm always glad to have you on. Bring plenty of pretty good insight, I think it's safe to say. So I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on how this match is already shaping up right here, as we are now pretty well developed into this draft. So to touch on real quick here, what the band started with, it was Wild Soul Ravener Tremble Silhouette coming out. We see the Wilds there. Maki has been playing it a bit here in the cycle so far and doing very well with it. So Midas and a Moira, Behemoth and a Doctor, Rhapsody and a Swiftblade. The following bands, and then we got the Ophelia into a Luna right here. So Insania, what are you noticing here in this draft so far?
The two general strategies of the two teams are kind of clear. Legion side, they're going for more of a push style. The core of their draft is really the Rhapsody, Midas, and Ophelia. They're going to try to take out towers early, hopefully. And they wrapped it up with the Dark Lady, which means it's a 4-1 lineup. That means you're going to see the Behemoth, Rhapsody, Ophelia, Midas trying to do stuff over there on the map, not really farming much, letting Dark Lady do the majority of the farming. And looking at BMG, it's sort of a map control split push style with Dr. Pulsar, Swiftblade, Moira. Aluna works in that too. I've seen them run Aluna as a core, so it doesn't necessarily need to be a support here. It's like they could pretty much pick anything they want right now as a pulling support or whatever, or even if they want a jungler, they have a lot of options open, which I think favors BMG sort of, because when a team is running a 4-1 strat, they're really looking to shut down the enemy core and have their own just snowball ahead of them. But with BMG's lineups, they have an easy time spreading out across the map and just farming and just getting like as much gold as they need in order to compete with the Dark Lady, even if she's free farming. And at the same time pressuring through pickoffs and map presence. So I would have preferred to see more of a pushing core on that Legion lineup instead of the Dark Lady.
Yeah.
Which I think would have been great. That would have been awesome. Just run that Hellborn lineup over, because it's greedy, man. They got Swiftblade, they got Doctor. Both those heroes need items before they can fight.
Well, yeah, no, they definitely have more of that 4-1 idea instead, so we'll see if the Dark Lady is able to get the farm, as what it usually comes back to whenever she is in the game. But you made an interesting point about that Aluna right there, and yeah, Boxy has been playing a little bit of middle. We saw it earlier in the cycle on the weekend there, and Pretty fun to watch. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen a Luna actually in more of the carry role even. But do you think actually there is potential, or is this BMG kind of just doing odd stuff here?
No, I think there's definitely potential there. It's a strong hero, especially since the buff to the Q. You don't really need to run it as a support anymore. She gets pretty much max attack speed whenever you use the red stun. So any items, any damage items you have get amplified really fast into like really, really high damage output. So I definitely think it's a strong hero. And when you're up against minion heroes like Ophelia, it just does so much because you're stealing attack speed from everything and it just bounces through the entire enemy lineup.
Yeah. All right. Well, the final pick, Cthulhu Font, coming out right here. He happened to be left open and pretty good against an Ophelia, is safe to say. So they will go with the jungle now. Is Root of Z? Okay, Root of Z is actually playing it. So this is really throwing me, because Fusen really made the strong point that he's going to be kind of more of the secondary support and the jungler now. But honestly, with what we've been watching of them here in Cycle 1 so far, it seems like everything's the same when it comes to their strat. So I don't know.
It might just be like a transitioning phase, maybe, because I've been noticing in scrims that at least Fusen has been playing that fourth position role or second support / jungler. So it might just be that they're not comfortable yet in tournaments running it the way they want to. Because I know for a while we were experimenting with some different stuff, and we would like have Kezu draft in scrims, but then in tournaments we just didn't feel ready yet. So I was those drafting tournaments. Could be something like that, or they maybe just decided, you know what, this is what's worked for us in the past, so might just as well stick to it.
Yeah. Against a solid team in Sana Esports right here. Of course, currently these teams coming to this matchup, real quickly flashing it on your screen right here. You do see Bad Monkey Gaming has 7 points, a 2-1-0 record overall so far. Sana Esports, on the other hand, 0-1-2, only that 1 point they have been able to earn as of yet. So they are looking to kind of make up some ground right here, you could say, against a very solid team in BMG. But look at the start here. Bad Monkey Gaming taking over the jungle. Fusen, a ward of sight put down on the pole camp, and doesn't look like Sana is very interested in ultimately defending it. Too much pressure coming out, so.
Yeah, they don't really have the lineup to take the fight early on, but what I would have liked to see them do here is set up a defense, try to scout out where the wards are being placed, so Ophelia has an easier time to counter ward. They weren't really successful in doing so. They could have kept the Dark Lady there, just scouting out, and in case she ever got into trouble, just use that charging strike to get out. But now they're not really sure where the wards are. They could be pretty much anywhere, so it's a guessing game for the Ophelia.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that double block coming out. I mean, the Rev and the ward aside, so really going to be a difficult time, to say the least, for this Ophelia right here. Archidagger going to start on the left side, and this is unblocked, so at least going to be able to work with that. Swiftplay doesn't have bottom. It is going to be the farming Boxy on a Luna middle, as we were getting at as well here. So, I mean, the lanes overall, do they... Anything interesting to you, or is it pretty standard you would expected?
It's fairly standard, but I like this from Ake. He's pulling a creep wave, knowing that the Dark Lady and Rhapsody cannot kill him at level 1 together if they just collapse on him. So it's a smart move, and you could tell that Marcus Moy was not ready for it. He might still be able to do this pull back to the creep wave. He only gets range creep, so it's not optimal. But this gives Swiftblade close to level 2, which is really impactful for him in terms of the whole play against the support. So it makes it easier for him to lane against the Rhapsody.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to bring it back to the tower right here, wait for the creep wave to come, and then eventually pull it into the creep wave. So very good timing there from Make, to say the least. You see Dark Lady bringing the massive creep wave ahead as well. But, yeah, ideally Swiftplay getting at least a level out of this just about, and going to work off of that there. So Ophelia got the Catman champion early on, now going the yellow stack here. Actually stacks it up even, so well played there. Pretty good creep to do so. Behemoth in the suicide lane ends up here against the short lane Baltazar on Dr. Repulsor, of course. So Cthulhu Font, Root of Z, going to be playing it here. And I got to say, I know BMG, again, they're planning on maybe stepping up with a little more junglers, and we saw it in the later parts of the season, Legionnaires, which comes to mind. But Cthulhu Font definitely doesn't seem Bad Monkey Gaming-esque. But I think maybe it's just too good of an anti-Ophelia, perhaps. I mean, how strong do you think he is against an Ophelia? Like, is it really warrant to pick because of an Ophelia?
I personally don't think so. I think Cthulhu Font is one of the weaker heroes in the hero pool right now. His aura was nerfed into pretty much doing nothing. Like, it's a slow, that's it. You never get the proc of it anymore. It never happens. The hero just doesn't really do much. She's like a walking stun and a creep eat, whereas Ophelia has that massive heal and the send back, and it's just... Ophelia offers so much more than Cthulhu Font does, even without one of her creeps, because that's, at the end of the day, that's all he's getting in terms of a counter pick. And oh my god, is Boxy dying mid?
No, my gosh. That was really
Oh, that
close. The
was so
Vulture
close.
Lord Tornado nearly finishing him off right there. But he does manage
I don't
to
think he
escape.
noticed it either, because he was using his bottle there whilst the tornado was on top of him.
Yeah.
So wasted some bottle charges as well, but it works out in the end.
Barely, but it does. He does
Yeah.
stay alive. That's the ultimate goal, of course. So, good attempt from Archie Tiger coming out there. The unusual ganking creep, not your typical one you'd get kills with, but it's don't underestimate it. Basically, yeah, know it's there because it's some okay damage, and then the slow on top of it that it provides can be maybe catch you off guard as it almost did a boxy there. So. Creep farm, nothing really too crazy here. From what I'm noticing, the Dr. Repulsor seems to be doing just pretty damn good at the top lane, 18-7 so far. Belts are essentially having free farm, but don't think that's too surprising with the matchup here.
Nope, I mean, it's to be expected. Yeah, I mean, Behemoth, the downside to picking this hero at Suicide is that he just doesn't lane. All he does is sit back, try to get as much experience as he can, and then he just roams. You see them often going boots level 1 just in order to get it to places faster, to be able to camp runes, do all those kinds of things. So it's whatever hero you put against the Behemoth offlane, you know he's going to free farm. And I think here for BMG, the Doctor Pulsar is a good choice because it's a hero I think they have a lot of success with. I think the two carries that I feel like they do the best with are Doctor and Puppet. If you exclude Clanks, of course. Everyone does the best with Clanks. So I think it's a good choice for them to put Doctor up here. And when they beat Reason, I do believe it was, they were doing this kind of a split push strategy, which seems to be what they're good at. So I like that they're sticking to what's working out for them. And it's just, I like everything about the draft except the Cthulhu font. I feel like that could have been any other hero.
Bottom lane, Maki might be in a little bit of trouble right here. You see the Minotaur is going to wait until he stops spinning, even hero blocking a little bit. Gets the stomp off. Yes, they're going to get this off right here. The slow from Dark Lady to assist it, and Bloodlust kill Archie Tiger. Getting credit for it right there. So Maki, again, I think he underestimated Ophelia being nearby ultimately, and figured the spin would have been enough, but it was not. Good rotation coming out from Sana. Sets up a Bloodlust kill.
Yep. That was a good play. I feel like, I mean, Archie Tiger pulled this lap. There's no need to use the Ophelia's Judgment there to kill steal. But he does it anyways. And Dark Lady is like the best hero in the game with farm. I just don't get it. Like, leave the kill for the Dark Lady. It was 100% guaranteed. She had charged in, she was in front of him, needed one hit, and then goes to Ophelia's Judgment. And the consequence is also that now, in case she goes for another gank, she's going to take over creep and then she's Zoom. She can't use it somewhere else. And it might come into play. I mean, it is a pretty big deal. It's 175 mana. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Calling him out for it, not good. Don't pull his laps. They're not good.
Don't pull his lap. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it, but yeah, no, Archie Tiger, you see right here, he gets the Skeleton King, not even close to a Judgment assist for a kill, so we'll see if it is going to be enough, though, as, man, Boxy started running away. He felt something was up. I think they were creeping in a little too close right there as Behemoth was coming in with a Veiled Rot, and so it gave the cue to Boxy. That something was up. I mean, you see 4 heroes ultimately collapsing for a kill that got nothing out of it. So definitely wasted resources right there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the giveaway was that the top lane was pushing into the tower. This is something that you learn as, like, when you're practicing roaming. It's one of the first things you need to know is how can I gank under disguise? Like, if Dr. Repulsor is constantly pushing into lane to the tower, then as soon as Behemoth's not there, they're going to know that he's mid. And that's exactly what Balthazar was doing. So this was a really good play by Balthazar that saves Boxy's life mid. Because he's pushing in the wave all the time, getting all the information that there is no Behemoth in the tower. Why would he not be getting experience in the tower? And the Boxy just backs off mid.
In time, Maki at the bottom lane, level 6 right here. He's once again running into a lot of trouble, though. Skeleton King, of course, stunning through that spin right there. He's going to look for a kill. Maybe, no, the silence! You could tell he wanted to Swift Slashes, maybe get a kill, as the Luna's Power Throw also coming in, but it just happened to miss. So, yeah, that was the goal right there. At least maybe get a turn kill, possibly two. But unfortunately, Maki unable to connect. The silence too much, and he goes down yet again. That time, well, no, Archie Tiger did get credit for the kill, but I don't think that was as radical as...
Oh, guess what?
What's that?
He did the exact same thing again.
Did he?
He waited.
Okay.
He waited until the guy had 1 HP, then he popped the Judgment again. I mean, right now it's working out. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but I know from experience when we play team fights and Slap does this and then Mick is like, send me back, send me back, send me back, and you don't have it up. It can hurt you big time.
Yeah.
So, I don't like it.
Oh my gosh. Boxy's so on top of those green, or just the stun in general, of making sure to maximize it. Another great job right there, but not enough still for the kill on a minus. Swift Slash is used. Meanwhile, top lane, Behemoth is going to fall. As Moira coming in for the gank, Dr. Pulsar diving. You see the TP from Dark Lady, but simply just too late. So at least she'll be able to farm some creep wave that was pushed into the tower. So I guess not the worst case there for the Dark Lady, but still.
It's going to be a lot of time for running down bottom again. And when you look at their lineup, they have the TP response heroes, as we call them in Sync, or the Midas, the Behe, and the Rhapsody. Like, those are the heroes that should be TPing around. Dark Lady is not the one that should be. Like, Midas has a really easy counter gank. She has catch. She has the ability to just kill someone if she gets to them. So I don't think it should be the Dark Lady. This might hurt them in the long run. Let's see what they do. They're rotating Behe up top still, so I'm not too big of a fan of it. And, like, because he's going to have to run bottom. This is going to hurt him. Like, it's a lot of gold that he is missing out on. And on top of the 2 assists that he should not have. He should be 2-0-0, 450 GPM right now.
Yeah.
Come on, Slap. Someone IP check Archie Tiger, please.
he was apparently... Oh, actually, middle lane Midas goes down right there, the red stun. So once again, yes, I love Boxy, but no, it's not easy. It really is not easy to land the Emerald Lightning stun. I wouldn't think so, at least. I mean, maybe you have a different opinion, but he lands a 5-second stun right there on the Midas and easily secures a kill as a result.
I mean,
so.
It isn't the easiest stun to land, of course, but it's gotten a lot easier since the buff to the red stun. Because right now, like before, you had to like get 1, 2, 3, 4 bounces. That's all I get. Now it goes through everything. It's 8 bounces, and you will always get to the last target.
True.
So
yeah.
If you position it correctly, it's pretty easy to get. But Boxy's good with it. Like he really is. Like I see him do the really nice stuns with the green one as well, and that's still equally hard as it was before.
Yeah. Ooh, top lane. Nope. Baltazar not going to dive. Just simply accepts the fissure stun and looking to push in the tower eventually. Him, Moira, and Cthulhu Font grouped up, looking to get the tower kill. Behemoth don't think he's going to be able to stop it ultimately by himself right here. So yeah, he's sitting pretty far back, basically accepting that it is going to fall. And vulnerability gets delayed just a little bit. What do you think about that, by the way? When a team does something like that where they just simply use it to just delay it, not even going to deny it, though?
I think, like, if you want to look at it from the best point of view, it's like, oh, it could be a mind game, you know? We list the tower to make them think that we're coming, but then we're really not. So a lot of teams, you condition them into thinking that, oh, we can stay, they're just glyphing anyways. Like, they're just glyphing because they're glyphing. And then 1 out of 5 times, you can TP up there and get a lot of free kills. But I don't really see the purpose of doing that in tournaments. That's something we do in scrims.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like it the way they did it now.
Oh,
but teamfight bottom.
Yeah, Arcane Vortex caught somebody. Yeah, Rhapsody caught in the midst of that. She eventually will be the sacrificial lamb here for the Legion side. Maybe. I mean, Jesus, they're really having this difficult of a time taking out the Rhapsody somehow.
Oh my god. Oh my
what?
God. That was so sick. Wow.
I am dumbfounded. I don't... I got the replay because I'm going to have to watch that one like several times. How on earth does that even happen?
That was so good.
How many things did she have to dodge right there to ultimately get away? It was like 20 abilities, it feels like.
I can explain it to you. It was really easy. She went into the trees, then she mind-gamed Fuzen into blocking Make so he couldn't run in and hit him. And then Fuzen, as Moira with no damage, was hitting Rhapsody on the dance floor, which keeps him alive so he can TP out. It was such a sick mind game from Cyrox there, making sure that Fuzen blocks Make, who has no phase boots up. Everything just went right for him right there.
Oh my
but I mean, I like it. He went for it, and you know, sometimes like you do that play 9 out of 10 times, and you look really, really dumb.
99
but that one
out
time
of 100
when it works
times. 99 out of 100 times, man. That's not a play that you see at all happen, I don't think, man. That was
I can
insane.
remember one time myself doing it. But
yeah, exactly. But one time, I mean, you've made a lot of, done a lot over your career, so.
Yeah, for sure.
That was pretty intense. Yeah, no, Cyrox, again, one of these newer names on the scene that we're starting to get to know a little bit more, and most certainly making a big play that'll make people think twice about going for a kill on him. That's for sure. So. 3,000 gold lead, 4,000 experience lead, though, right now for Bad Monkey Gaming. Always important to keep an eye on the Rune Cleaver timer. Dark Lady just finishing the Sustainer, so still needs those 2 broadswords before going to be picking that up right here. So not a whole lot to note, though, other than that. I mean, I guess you got Ophelia, no boots, but not really that untypical. Got the Ring of Sorcery and their Astrolabe. Supporting items here.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice here to skip the boots, get that fast Astro. They need to take these towers before it's too late. But I kind of feel like they've already missed their timing.
Actually, yeah, they're going to catch Cthulhu Font off to the side. That's going to be a free kill on him. He couldn't even get a stun off. The lockdown was too strong. Arcane Vortex coming out. What happened last time, though, with a getaway. Dr. Pulsar flies in, but he's just going to shockwave right away. And actually, Doctor, he's being locked down. Dr. Pulsar, no, Ludicrous Beam, but Dark Liddy chases him for the kill. Protecting Melody, it is going to be stopped pretty quickly right there, and Ophelia will fall. Swiftblade, though, he is pretty low in life, falling back. Dr. Repulsor, Balthazar's like, I got to buy back because they are low. He does just that. Look at a secure kill on Midas, but the transmute comes out. He's going in further, but a nice juke into the woods. This team is on top of going to the right place at the right time and somehow staying alive. Meanwhile, Rhapsody in the flank, are you kidding me? They get the kill to Swiftblade, and now Doctor's going to die again. Oh no, if he dies again, this is going to be huge. Now, he is regenerating with the bottle charges a little bit, but he doesn't have much for ludicrous speed. He's going to somehow need to walk on out of here. We've seen it happen before. I don't think he's getting out, though. That's not happening. Double tap for Marcus Moy. And actually, Sonic Esports somehow comes on top of that fight.
Yeah, this was a fight that it started out going pretty good for BMG, but then, oh man, Balthazar was not on top of that team fight. His first jump out was straight into Dark Lady's hands instead of jumping into his own team, which is kind of what you want to do as Dr. Pulse. You want to jump in, force them to try to go for you, and then you want to jump back into your own team so the other team overextends, fighting into your own heroes. But that wasn't at all how it looked here, and I feel like it reminds me of our own team, like, when someone gets caught, like Cthulhu did there, instead of just cutting the losses, we tend to take these unfavorable team fights. Right here, the right decision for them would have just been to split the top and bottom. That's their strategy, as Swiftblade's getting a kill.
Well, no, I took out Rhapsody right there. Found her in the jungle, press star, and we know what that means, so simply good follow-up there.
Yeah. No, but I think they really need to remember their strategy. The key here is just avoid fights, take as many towers as they can, until it reaches the point where they have to fight the other team, and Maki is in big trouble.
Yeah, he's going to be chased down here. Transmute, I'm guessing it's going to connect, and it sure does, and Bunny Lover gets credit for the kill. Meanwhile, top lane, though, Balthazar, he actually does come back and secures a kill onto Batista there, playing the Behemoth at the top side. But here comes more of a push, though, from Sonic Esports. So once again, what is BMG going to do about this? They're down Swiftblade right now. Doctor just got to kill the top lane. He is going to port back to... No, he's still at the top lane. Never mind. So
yeah.
Doesn't have TP.
The TP's on cooldown. So here, if I was Fusen, I would want my players to be middle and top. I want them to be split pushing, trying to pressure those towers. We're not looking to fight into an Ophelia and a Rhapsody. Those two heroes are so strong right now. They're kind of peaking. And the likelihood of them preventing the Behemoth Blink Dagger at this point is just... Like, they're not going to win the game before Behe gets Portal Key, sorry. So just look to split push, finish up that icon on Doctor, try and get an Abyssal Skull Energizer on Swiftblade or whatever he's going for, and finish up your next tier of items before looking for these fights. Because right now, that Astrolabe, Mana Ring, the heal from Ophelia are just doing too much. It's going to overwhelm them. And Dark Lady is still far off of her peak.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of ways to go still, 460 gold per minute, but it's whenever you see that Rune Cleaver start to get it picked up, obviously that's then in the back of your mind of, okay, now we're kind of on that time limit at least. So sure, maybe it still needs a bit of time, but they are on it nonetheless. Glowstone finish on, or picked up more so on Balthazar here, so the icon of the goddess en route at least is still trying to finish that one here. So we've had a lot of action so far, and of course not having it yet means no charges on it just yet. So well, ideally wants to get it as soon as possible. Mora manages to get a portal key already. Fusen only 1-0-1, 180 gold per minute, but he has it at about 16 minutes in. I don't know how Moira supports do it, man, but they somehow manage to get portal keys early on in the game, including yourself.
We do it really differently. What I see BMG do is basically... Do you hear this?
I hear that, yeah.
Is that for me?
Sounds like it.
Like a
fire alarm going off or something.
No, there's someone's car is beeping. Alright,
okay.
That's weird. No, but Moira supports... I mean, what we normally do in Sync is we try to just gank our way to it. Like, I try to just get assist gold, an assist gold, an assist... Just wherever somebody's trying to do something, I try to be there and set up a play. What I noticed BMG do, and, Fusen, really, he just farms. He'll just sit back, farm the pull, and pretty much reactively play with the Ephemeral Forge and just try to save his teammates whenever they're in trouble. Mm-hmm. As you can tell, he's 1-0-1. It's not really a lot of involvement for 17 minutes as a Moira. But, I mean, it works. It's a more safe way to do it, I suppose, but you take space from other heroes, and that's kind of the advantage of having heroes like Cthulhu, because he doesn't really farm fast, so it leaves space for other heroes to get items.
Yeah. Jeez, Dark Lady again. She's doing some pretty good damage. Also, Dark Blade's level 4. Do not underestimate it, especially with the charging strikes attack speed on top of that. Dr. Repulsor, though, coming in with the initiation, but a beautiful protective melody prevents good damage on a Dark Lady right there. Rhapsody putting herself in a bad spot as well, but they're not going to chase because they know support is coming. And so she once again will be fine and ultimately helps to save Dark Lady in the end there, who, by the way, gets ported back to base, buys the TP, and the Abyssal Skull, and will probably come back. Well, I don't know if they're going to push bottom here. I mean, they already have the towers killed, actually, so may want to do that elsewhere at this time. But Bad Monkey Gaming missing out on another opportunity, as Icon of the Goddess is delivered, at least, to this Dr. Repulsor here.
Yeah, honestly, that was really well played by Cyrox. He knew where he needed to be on the map to make sure that Dark Lady can do what she wants to do. So that's just good support play. I think that was mostly on Cyrox doing a good play.
Yeah, Aluna. Tablet she just picked up. Unfortunately, not going to save her here. She kind of tableted a little bit away on the ledge right here. Now, if she went, you know, that's one of those funky situations. You want to usually try to get over a ledge and maybe make an escape that way, but simply was kind of in panic mode there, and Boxy ends up going down there. So another jump, and gotta say, this Dark Lady, a lot of Dark Ladies you would see kind of just static, sitting back, trying to just really guarantee a lot of farm. But Marcus Boy seems to not mind getting involved quite a bit.
I think he's playing this game perfectly. I really like what he's doing. They got that first team fight is so crucial in terms of what is going to happen next. When you win that first fight as convincingly as they did, keep in mind, they killed the Dr. Repulsor twice. That's 500 gold for dying, and then a buyback gold, so almost 1,000 gold that he loses there, probably. I don't know the exact numbers, but approximately. So that's a big swing in terms of just the carries, and especially in this kind of a game, it's really important for him to stay equal, if not ahead, of the Dark Lady. They need to try to stay equal. If they can have 3 carries around the same GPM as Dark Lady, then they're doing amazing. If they can be slightly below, still doing fine. But right now, and keep in mind, Dr. Pulse's GPM is much lower than what it shows due to the buyback. So it's just not looking good. And I think the best way to punish it is what Marcus Moy is doing. He's just not giving them any space to farm. As soon as he notices somebody overstepping, you make sure to be there and get the kill.
Yeah.
So just playing it really well. I think it's smart decision-making considering they're ahead.
Yeah, and of course, Silence and Lockdown in general, great against a Doctor Repulsor, and obviously that's what Dark Lady helps to bring too, and searching for kills on a hero like that Doctor. But yeah, you see Aluna, again, we mentioned the tablet command that he has purchased, another 2,000 gold saved up. I don't think tablet's too unexpected here necessarily, but what do you expect him to kind of transition into? Because again, he is playing more of a semi-carry role, you feel, with this Aluna pick.
Yeah, I think he has 2 different options. Either he wants to go for like the carry route, which would be like something towards like a Hellflower into a Shrunken Head, something like that. Or he continues on the supportive items, which would be go for Storm Spirit. And it's really individual for teams. I think when I think of Boxy, I don't really think Storm Spirit. I feel more Hellflower. He likes his Glass Cannon, because, you know, this is something that you'll notice amongst a lot of players that think they're really good, if I can put it that way. Like, they'll build more Glass Cannon-y builds. They won't build as many defensive items. They'll just be like, I can just outplay them and I'll be fine. I can just build damage and I know what I'll need to do. And I feel like Boxy kind of has that kind of a mentality. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him go Hellflower. And I don't think it's too bad. I mean, the key for them right here is to kill the Dark Lady. And Hellflower helps them lock down Midas, keep away the Ophelia, keep away the Rhapsody. So it's just a great tool in general for them to have. And he's not really a priority target for the enemy team. So.
Now, one that I'm finding very interesting here, there might be a fight breaking out, though, so let's wait and see if that happens. In fact, here we go. Dr. Pulsar, they're going to find Rhapsody off to the side. Out comes a Void Talisman, though, and actually is going to be fine in the end. The Ophelia's touch enough to help save him, and down goes the Disco Inferno there. So he's actually going to survive for the time being, but they're not giving up. The Legion team is not. They want to still make a fight happen here. As they're hanging around, they know Doctor used a lot of mana. He is going to be back at base right now, regenning currently, so he's going to be looking to jump back into the fight. Clearly, BMG doesn't want to give this up very easily by any means. Nice Taint Soul right there on Swiftblade, kind of slow him down initially. Trying to make sure to secure the tower kill, but in the end, they feel a little scared, it seems like. Yeah, they're going to kind of let it deny right there. So good control from BMG.
Yeah, that was fine. I think that could have gone a lot worse. Cyrox, which has been his positioning down bottom was what kept Dark Lady alive. So if he would have died there, that would have been massive for BMG. It would allow them to just go all in on Dark Lady, make sure she dies. So I don't know. I didn't really see if it was poor coordination or what really happened, but there was just not enough damage. And I think for a hero at 900 HP, when you're 5 years there, you should be able to bring him down. So something just wasn't right there. Probably miscommunication from BMG's side.
I was going to say going into that fight, though, and we even saw it kind of in use right there, the Void Talisman pickup on Rhapsody. And honestly, I'm looking at this Hellborn side, and it doesn't scream a lot of physical presence, really. So what is your take on that?
I personally think Void Talisman is like one of the most overpowered items in the game right now. It does so much. Like the physical immunity, even though in this game it's not too big of a deal, it will like, oh wow, team fight.
Yeah, that's a huge jump right there, and if they secure the kill, this is big, but the Astral APO going to survive, and the Shockwave coming out from Behemoth, and here comes that turn from Sana. Esports Behemoth is going to fall, but he did his job, gets the kill on a Swift Blade, takes out Cthulhu Font. Dr. Repulsor, he's going to be fine as Ludicrous speeds away right there, but that started with a jump onto Dark Lady. They could not secure it in the end yet again. And they turn it yet again. That seems to be kind of the game here for HOTe or Sana Esports. They managed to just save Dark Lady and then looking to turn it, as they do right there.
That's the game plan, really. Like, if you look at their heroes, they have 3 sources of heal. They have the Midas, they have the Rhapsody, and they have Ophelia. That's what they want the enemy to do. They want them to jump to Dark Lady, heal her back up to full HP, bail her out with Behemoth ults, Midas combos, whatever they need to use, and then have her re-engage if necessary. So I just really feel like BMG are not understanding the strength of their draft right now. They should be splitting up and farming. Like, look for farm. Try to keep your GPMs up, but it's just not what they're doing. Their game plan seems all wrong, as Dark Lady's going to get jumped yet again, but it's just not going to lead to anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Dr. Pulsar just simply jumping him by himself. He's about half life, but still can't really commit further. And doesn't have a Hellflower yet, so didn't want to risk anything too crazy there by any means. In fact, 3,300 gold now saved up on Dark Lady, by the way, so has the Firebrand. I'm probably going to see the Shrunken Head, though, right? As far as click here.
Probably, but I don't like it. I would have much rather seen an item like Heart here. They have so much heal. Like, if you get Shrunken, they're just like the way I like to think that their lineup should be played out, right? Is Dark Lady sits there in the front and is like this big wall that they have to kill. If they don't kill her, she will eat their team up. And if she gets a Heart, she's just going to be even stronger, and she's just going to be able to sit there and force the other team to initiate on her. If she gets Shrunken Head, that means all the spell damage that Dr. Repulsor is going to output is, instead of going on Dark Lady, it's going to go on her teammates. And then she's not that wall anymore. Then she's kind of baiting her team instead of herself. And I think that's the wrong approach when you have this much heal and this much backline to just back up the one hero. And yeah, she did go Shrunken. I would have much rather seen like Frostburn into Heart, something like that. Get the token, force the fight on the high ground. And another advantage of the Heart over the Shrunken is that if you get jumped, Shrunken does nothing for you. She's still probably going to have to run away. Pop the Shrunken, run away. That's what I see happening if she gets jumped. Whereas with the Heart, she can just straight up man up. You know, you have that HP, you know what's happening. The burst is going to happen initially, and then you're like, what, 40%? Healed up? Life steal in. Super healthy.
That's a very interesting take on it, but no, it does make a lot of sense, actually. You know, Heart ultimately, the bigger difference is Heart is a little bit more gold in the end, but they're farming very well with her right now, and definitely could have actually gotten it before another big fight breaks out, it feels like, so makes sense there, really. But Dark Lady, yeah, she went the Shrunken Head, so we'll see how that comes into play. You did see the Storm Spirit on a Midas, so once again, continuing that mindset here of simply save the Dark Lady, and you're going to win this game right here. Ophelia, another hero you'd almost expect a Storm Spirit on, is actually instead picked up a Blessed Orb here. What I assume is going to be a Sheepstick, of course, coming out from her. So not often we see Sheepsticks on Ophelia, I don't think, but going to manage to maybe try to go for one here at least. Never a bad item to have, though, so.
No, I think it's fine. I like the tank and set approach where you go like Demonic Breastplate and just get super tanky. But I think this is fine. I don't think the Sheepstick is bad at all. There's a lot of cores on the enemy team, and if you look at their lineup, they don't really have a lot of hard lockdown. Since Behemoth is mostly going to be sitting out, you won't really see that fissure until he shockwaves in. And Midas is kind of like unreliable, so it's a good with an additional source of lockdown, I definitely think, for their team.
We also see the Conqueror kill being secured right here. Nothing from BMG in terms of trying to hold it off. They didn't have a vision around it, but I don't know. I feel like they kind of knew something was up. Here they are pushing bottom and top. Nothing's happening, and they're not on the map. So pretty obvious, even though they didn't have vision there. Yeah.
Moira actually did spawn inside of there.
Okay, that's
the
true,
Ephemeral Forge was used to scatter out. Yeah, so they were aware. They can't take the fight. I mean, there's nothing they can do in terms of that. And just to make sure, like, the Shrunken Head isn't bad on Dark Lady. It never is. Like, it's a great item for her, but I'm just saying I think Heart would have been better. And here's why. Like, look at how far she's dropping down to just, like, this harassment. With the Behemoth Heart, they wouldn't be forced to pop the Ophelia's heal here. and they could have stayed even easier. Now they're gonna have to back off, regen up, probably buy a health potion, or not.
Simply lifesteal, I guess. They missed Skull. Well, again, they got Midas, they got the Disco, the Rhapsody floor. Like, they do have some minor heals here that are clearly bringing it back up. But here we go again. There's the stun. Now, he does have a token, so don't expect the Shrine Knight until maybe after that. But he's going to jump in right there. Arcane Vortex going to be used immediately, though. Tower will fall. Out comes the Arcane Vortex. A Luna locked down. Barely gets away with the Deja Vu, though. Cover of Darkness comes out. They will secure the kill. Dr. Repulsor, though, finishes off Rhapsody. But now Dark Lady got a little too committed there. And this is what we see from the lesser experienced teams a lot. They're getting a little too tunnel vision, dive in the base, and it is backfiring right now. Dark Lady simply trying to get out. They will get the kill on a Cthulhu Font, as Ophelia doing a pretty good job of locking down as well, but Behemoth died in the process. So it ends up being a 2 for 2, but again, they got the token to be used right there. And Balthazar, the buyback was earlier, so. And all they got was a tower.
This was a decent fight for BMG. I think BMG, they're happy with it. They didn't lose. I mean, that's always the mindset when the enemy team is like knocking at your door. You're like, okay, we didn't get team wiped. Our carries survived, Swiftblade and Doctor. We killed Dark Lady once. The 10-second Shrunken is down. So in general, I think that they're pretty happy with that. They finish up Hellflower and Doctor. Big deal. Like right now, if they manage to catch Dark Lady, that's massive. And I think I was going to talk about it before the fight, but then the fight broke out. But they were forced to use both Astrolabe as well as Ophelia's Touch before the fight even started, due to the harassment. And that's 200 and what, 500 health, I think? Yeah, 500 HP that Dark Lady could have had. Like, she didn't even need to lose her token, I don't think, if they would have had the Astrolabe as well as the Ophelia's Touch. So, I mean, this is stuff that they could work on, but...
Wow, what a save onto Ophelia and a turn. However, Moira, the illusion, the power throw snipe will come through, and they actually secure it. But, I mean, I don't think they're too disappointed in the outcome there. They did kill a Dr. Repulsor in response for all of
this is great. And I think they paid attention because they seem to know that Dr. Repulsor is no buyback. He just finished up the Hellflower, and that's normally, like, you won't see carries farm up gold to have both an item and a buyback. If they buy an item, generally they don't have the buyback anymore. So they seem to be on top of it, and they're pushing here. And this is a good decision, but Boxy has a sheep stick. That's going to be the X factor. If they can sheep an important hero here and get the kill because they know there's no Ophelia's Touch, that could be the difference maker. Oh, no.
Yeah. There's kind of a jump right there, but not really. Yeah, they don't have a Dr. Repulsor, so this is a very risky take here from BMG if they really go for it. Arcane Vortex going to be coming out, but he's not up for a while. In fact, there's a Shockwave jump. Swiftblade dropping right off the bat. He doesn't have a buyback either. And Sana Esports going to widen the gap now as a result of this. Down goes Cthulhu Font. The rack's already taken out. And they're just going to go for the rain tracks, it looks like, and maybe fall back from there. I mean, Dr. Pulsar is up now. Nice red stun from Aluna coming out. I don't know if it's going to be enough lockdown, though. Doctor flying around doing his thing. Rhapsody getting fairly low, but not low enough. The heals are going to prove to be too much. Everyone staying alive on the side of Sana Esports, and they will eventually fall back to safety here. Not done just
They're
yet,
going to send
though.
back Dark Lady. No? Okay. All right. No, I mean, this is good for them. They were positioning well. I did not like that dive. Like, they have no business diving here. All these kills that they're getting, yeah, they're good, but keep in mind what you're playing for. You're trying to get those buildings. You're trying to get those racks. And once you have them, there's no reason to dive into the base. All you're doing is potentially throwing the game. They could just sit back, let Dark Lady get the rack slowly, fall back, go to the next lane. Now they have to wait up for Ophelia heal and Behemoth ult that was used. They got a kill, but well, they got two, actually, so that's fine. But I just think more like, if you want to look at it from a perfectionist point of view, the goal is to get the racks. So once you got them, just back off. Save your abilities so you can use them for the next ones.
Well, they eventually do, and again, everyone does stay alive in the end. I mean, you see the GPM chart, pretty ridiculous gap here now has been achieved by the Legion side, and Dark Lady to thank for that. 650 gold per minute. Aluna's actually taken over as a top farmer on the Hellborn side. And again, you always have to keep in mind that Dr. Pulsar, he's even bought back once. Now, bottom lane, they're going to go for another jump on a Dark Lady. Will this time be it? No, it will not. Not even close, really. Now, he still even has a shrunken head. He's actually refusing to use it. He finally will. He looks for the turn. He's like, I got lifesteal, bitch. I'm going back in. Swiftblade all of a sudden realizing now he's in trouble. Swift Slashes are not up, of course, just using them. Going to go for the TP, and will be successful as he gets on out of there at least. Now, they got a shrunken head use, I guess, but once again, Dark Lady stays alive as he's now 7-0-8 in this game. Still has yet to be killed.
He's playing really well. I mean, the team is doing what they need to do as well. Like, it's so important to understand that if Behemoth is not there, he probably would have died. They would have chased him down and gotten the kill. But Behemoth knowing his role in the team, sitting behind Dark Lady. He's not farming camps. He's not in the jungle farming. He's not top farming. He's sitting behind a Dark Lady, making sure that she can do whatever she wants. And it shows good understanding of their strategy and their lineup. Earlier it was Cyrox, now it was Behemoth. Just in general, it seems like this is something that they're comfortable playing, and it's looking really good for them. I mean, they're taking out the Haunter Season 3 champions. That's pretty big. Good
Oh,
start.
God, man. Every time I hear that, I think to myself, like, that's right. That's right. BMG are the
Like,
Haunter Season 3 champions.
they're out of practice. Like, I mean, anyone that watches them can tell, but they still are. Like, that team, they have the potential to be so good.
Absolutely. And you think with the new season now ahead of us, and that'll be, if anything, kind of the point to, you know, start grinding once again. So seeing them achieve more and more. But the Frost of Skull just finished on Marcus Moy. So, well, it's not the heart, but it still is it's a very tanky item for sure, and also gives us some nice damage assistance. It's
the right approach. I mean, it's what she needs right here. She just needs to be able to sit there in the front. I would have still liked to see the heart, even though she already has the Shrunken. But this is fine. He's gonna get a Geometer's Vein probably out of that Firebrand, which I think is like, could have just gotten the heart and then got on a Wingbow instead of the Shrunken.
You
that
know,
would have been amazing.
I don't know if we've ever seen a heart on Dark Lady for how much you're just pushing it. It just seems interesting.
Era.
Okay, well,
I don't know if you remember him. Every game he would go heart, sit in the front, then he would get Sonar Spirit 100 times.
Now, wasn't that back when Heart actually also did the buffs to the stats, where like it gave like
no,
damage
I think it was
increased
after.
agility? Was it after? Okay.
I think it was after.
It was
Regardless,
after,
that's not the reason he would buy it. I'm 100% sure.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it is. I mean, we still call it the Era build. Like, you go Phase Boots, Cleaver, Lifesteal, Frostburn, and then Heart. Like, that's what he always did. So, it's been a while, but it's definitely been a thing. I guarantee you.
Yeah, Quincy does have some stats to back it up right there, so apparently has been seen 3 times on the record there, so of course, well after Era and his days and Heroes
and
of
his
Europe,
era.
and his I didn't want to do it, but somebody had to.
I had to.
3,500 gold on Dr. Repulsor, but I mean, there's a lot of gold being saved up right now. You got 3,500 on him, 2,800 on Luna right here. She has a sheep stick already. Another 1,500 even on Swiftblade. So ideally gonna have some bigger items coming out here.
Hopefully they can finish up some items. I think Doctor's going for that Shrunken Head. And their approach here in the next team fight, it's gonna be pretty simple. Try to bait out the Shrunken Head, try to bait out the heals, and give Behemoth nothing more than a 2-man ult. If he can get a 2-man ult, 2 people die, sure, fine, whatever. We can buy back and still fight. So the key really is here for BMG to try to bait the Legion team into diving them, and then turning it around to buybacks, and just in general, good play.
Oh, Dark Lady going to be in the front lines right here, beating on the tower, going to force Elber inside to make a decision. He charging strikes in right there just to farm. And next going to be the Q apparently, but the Shockwave jump and Swiftblade dead right off the bat. Now he buys back immediately. Protector Melody is going to be canceled there pretty quickly as well. Gets in the background. He's a tanky target, sure, but ain't tanky enough for all of them on top of him. Dr. Pulsar, he's out of mana now, and he's going to be locked down actually. Gets tabbed at 4, trying to push him away, but a beautiful stomp from Behemoth. Jumping in front of him, Arcane Vortex stalling a little forward once again, but now Dark Lady jumps in, and they will secure the kill on a Dr. Pulsar again. He is not buying back this time. Moira is going to fall, and Sana Esports may have just broken through and possibly looking to try to finish the game right here, right now.
Yeah, and I mean, that was the opposite of what I was saying. Like, now BMG dove out of their base. That's not at all what they wanted. They wanted to force the Legion into their base so they can use those buybacks properly. So if they bought back, but by the time that he gets to the fight, it's another one of his teammates already dead.
Yeah, he's going to jump right here, but it's like, that's a lot of creep damage coming out.
Got some gold.
GG, well played. Game 1 in the bag here for Sana Esports over Bad Monkey Gaming. So here we are on a Tuesday of the group stage.